Here with cross-country coach Berndt. Coach, we talk all season about how it leads up to the last two cross-country meets of the year. You've got through one of them at the MIC Championships, and this weekend is the Central Regional. Before we talk about the Central Regional, basically your last regular season meet, let's talk a little bit about the Conference Championships. Great performance on the guys' side individually. You had one all-conference member and then a couple of honorable mention selections. Really solid performance by the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think team performance-wise, that was the best team performance St. Mary's men has ever had. The 26-38 team average it's pretty good, pretty solid. So it was really good to see him run that fast and have three guys up in the all-conference, all mention. It's pretty cool to watch that. Aaron
Haley had a great race, 26:03 for his 8K. He finished in was an all-conference person. Then you've got Jake Traxler and Peter Borash were honorable mention. Really right behind him. Those three have been kind of the juggernauts of this team all season. Did what they do at MIC surprise you at all?
I was hoping for good. They delivered better than that. So out of those groups, Aaron was only 2 seconds off his lifetime PR on a relatively slow course. Jake Traxler, Peter Borash, John Suishri all had lifetime PRs coming in, and on a slow course, that's pretty good for them doing. So they ran very well when they needed to.
And Katie Stolas led the way for the women. Talk a little bit about the women's performance, led by Katie in St. Paul.
The women's performance is just as solid. We had a couple of our younger girls kind of didn't have a great race, so that cost us in position. But the rest of the girls actually know how to step up, did step up. Katie ran a pretty good race. We're expecting a little bit more out of her. She started off a little slow, and that did cost her in the end. But I think the rest of our groups had a pretty good one and excited to go to the next level again.
Let's talk about that Central Regional this weekend at St. Olaf in Northfield, a course that you've run before, so everybody's familiar with it. Let's start with the guys, and expectation-wise, what are you looking for?
Expectation-wise, this is a little bit less about team performance than it is about individual performance, which that's kind of what we've been doing anyways. You have the individuals go out there, and the team score is what it is at the end of the day. The benefit of this one is this is a race where people just go out fast and hang on, and this is the race style that I love and I think is going to kind of benefit a couple of our runners too. So both on the men's and women's side, I think that kind of race strategy is going to be a little bit better, and it's going to be fun just to see what they can do in that course.
You've had 2 weeks off to prepare. Everybody healthy, ready to go for Saturday?
Depends on the day, but mostly yes. So we've been getting healthy again.
Talk a little bit about the course. We talked about the golf course at Como Park where the MIC was run. How does this compare to that, or what are some of the things with this course that may benefit you, and maybe may even give you some problems?
This course has a bunch of different terrains and different surfaces on it. There's probably about a mile to a mile and a half on the course. That's a little bit of a gravelly mix, which is something we're not familiar with on our trails here, but we can travel to the other side of town and find courses that work that. And they have little mogul type hills, and they have trails, and they have wide open areas. So it's really a blend of a lot of different terrains and trail paths. So what we do is we try and find the areas that we can, pretend like that's going to be that part of it, and just put them all in place together at the end.
As you put together your final preparation, probably Friday, maybe Saturday morning, what are you going to tell the teams? What are you going to discuss with them as they head into this? And once they toe that line, you're pretty much done with your work.
Well, the biggest thing is just for them to calm down and relax a little bit. This is a time where you can get a little bit overwhelmed and really get a little too hard, and that catches up in the end. So really the biggest message I'm going to send is the hard work's done. This is when it's fun. Let's relax and have some fun.
Saturday morning, the men take off at 11 o'clock and the women are at noon. The NCAA Central Regional in Northfield, Minnesota. Good luck.
Thank you.